Okay, so here in the form level customizations we can find it the more options here in the ribbon. Okay, so these are the here we can see the more buttons. Okay, so first one it is a new button we already discussed, and second one is a delete button, and here is a enabling a security role. This form we have to enable for the particular security role and all, we can get it from here. Okay, so here currently this form is enabled for the only system administrators. So if you want to enable this form for everyone, you can just click on this one and select OK. So now this form it will available for the all the people, for all the security roles this form is available. Okay, let's say for example I want to enable this form for only for particular security role. Okay, so let's say for example I want to enable this form only for CSE manager role. Okay, so if you select only one role, click on OK. So now this form is enabled for only users who are having a CSE role users and system administrators. Okay, so next one, form order. For example we have a multiple forms. Okay, on the form you want to display the in a order. Okay, so this form order we can define. Okay, so with the form, which form has to be displayed on the top. Okay, this order, each one we can click on OK. So this order we can find it. So when you go to the entity, accounts, when you open a record, so here we can see all the forms, right? So this one if you set the any order, it will display here this order wise. Okay, so first for example I want to show the custom form on a past, and these all are in a level. Okay, so this ordering we can define it here. Okay, so in a form order, if you click on form order and main set form, so whatever the order we are specifying here, this order only, there we can see it in a drop down. Okay, so that is a use of the form ordering. Okay, next, more actions. So if you click on more actions, we can see we can able to edit the form and dependencies. So what are the dependencies and manager properties when we are working with the solutions? So I can explain there. So if you click on edit, this form it will open, and we can able to activate the form and deactivate. Okay, for example I don't need this form. Okay, so I can simply deactivate this one. Okay, so this form it's go away, it will sit in a inactive forms. Okay, so whenever you want this form again to activate, so you can click on a activate form. So this is the form customizations. Okay, so next topic is the field customizations. Okay, for the field customizations we have to click on a fields, and it will navigate the all the fields view. Okay, so here we can able to see the all the fields in the account entity. Okay, so here there is a view. Okay, in that view you can able to filter all the see, if you select the all, it will display the all the fields, out of box fields and custom fields. If you select the custom, so it will show only custom fields. Okay, if you select the customizable, only customizable fields, like a out of box fields also we can able to customize the sum of the fields. So those fields only you can show here. Okay, this is the view purpose of the on a field section. Okay, so next if you want to create a new field, if you click on a new, okay, here if you click on a new, it will opens the fields form, field creation form. So here we can mention the display name. Okay, so for example I am creating a field gender. Okay, so here this is a schema name for that field. Okay, so this schema name always it should be in a small. Okay, so here we can see the some features like a field level security and auditing. Okay, so and here we can see the some of the fields like a field requirement level and searchable as and data type, formatting type and format and maximum length and IME mode. Okay, so here first I can explain the display name. It is a name of the field, display name of the field. Next it is a schema name. Schema name means this is a field, this is a name in the database. Okay, so for example this is a name in a account entity table for this field. Okay, next this is a field requirement level. Okay, for example we have a field requirement level. So here you can see the three options. Okay, so optional means without entering the data you can able to see the create the record in the entity. So if it is a business recommended, okay, so business recommended means it will give the plus symbol on the button. Okay, so business recommended means we are just recommending, we are not stopping the user without entering the data in that field. If it is a business required, you must enter the data in that field. Okay, next field level security, we can able to restrict the field level, field level for users. We can able to restrict the users in a field level. Okay, so this one we have to, while creating a field itself we have to decide the security is needed or not. So once we created that, so if I disable this one I can create the field, later I cannot enable again this one. Okay, so before creating a field we have to decide for this field level security is required or not. Okay, so for this one I have disabled. And auditing, so auditing is something like a whatever the transactions happening on particular field, like a whatever the latest modified, so all the track you can able to see for this field if we enable this. Okay, next here data type. In our, so any programming language we have some data types like a string, integer, okay, boolean, float. Okay, like that we have a some data types in a CRM. Okay, single line of test, it is a single line of text is a string. Okay, here we can see the format type. Okay, so like what is a data, what type of data you are storing. For example if I select the email, so if you, this field allows the only emails. Okay, so for example if I create this field type as a email, okay, it will check the automatically validations. So whatever you enter in that it will accept the proper email format. Okay, so this all the validations it will done in the out of box itself. Okay, so next you can see the text. So if it is a text we can just enter the some string data. Okay, so next if we enter the some text area, it is a some multi line some text box level area. Okay, if it is a URL it will allows the enters the only URL, so it will check the .com or a .in, so those all validations it will be checked. Okay, next trigger symbol and phone number. So if we select the phone number, okay, so if the phone number validations, it will automatically it will check. Okay, and here max length. So what is the size of the this field? Like it will, we can able to store the 300 characters or 2000 characters. So like that we can define it. Okay, so next here we can see the simple or calculated. Okay, in a MS CRM 2015, in a MS CRM 2015, they given a new features like a calculated fields and roll of fields. So that is a new features they involve. Okay, for example, in Excel we can, how we can calculated fields we have. Okay, so if we select the certain row, we can implement certain formulas for in a cell, right? Like that on a field we can implemented the, we can able to implement the certain calculations and certain roll of things. Okay, so this is a new features they are given in a things in a CRM 2015. So you cannot find this field type option in a CRM 2013 or a CRM 2011. Okay, so this roll of fields and calculated fields, so it will helpful for the banking projects. Okay, so this is a single line of text. Okay, next if you see the option set. Okay, for example, I want to create a field like a drop down. Okay, so we will call as a option sets. Okay, so here also we can see the calculated fields option here. Okay, so next here we can see the uh, use the existing option set or a no. Okay, so basically here in option sets we have a two types of option sets we have. Okay, so option sets we have a two types. Okay, so first one is a global option sets. Second one is a local option sets. Okay, so when we will use the global option sets, when we will use the local option sets. Okay, for example, one drop down you are using in a multiple entities. Okay, at the time we can go with a global option set. So for one drop down you are using only one entity, so at the time you can create only local option sets. Okay, so for example, if you take the country. Okay, so country, it is a drop down, so the country we can use in a multiple entities. Okay, so at the time we will create a country option set is the global. Okay, so basically global option sets we can, by using the global option sets we can use the options in a multiple areas, multiple entities. Okay, local option sets is something like a, in a entity level we can create a options. Okay, so how we can create a global option sets first. Okay, so go to the solution. Here we can see the options set. Okay, so this is a global option sets. Okay, if here we can click on a new, we can define a option sets. Okay, so we can add the fields items like a here. So what are the items? So it is an India. Okay, this is a value for the that one. Okay, so next if you want to add the some another option. Okay, so if you click on OK, save and close. So this is our global option set is got created. So I can able to use this global option set in any entity. Okay, how we can use this global option set here? Okay, if you come to here, so click on S. Okay, it will listed the all the existing option sets. Okay, here we have to find the our existing option set. So we need to close and come back here. So if you click on a new, okay, select the option set. Here if you select the, you want to execute use the existing option set, if you click on yes. So here we can see the country option. Okay, so if I select that, so our field it will use the this what are the options we have the in a global option set. Okay, or else if you don't want to use that one, you want to keep it as a local, here we can able to add the options to the this option set. Okay, so that is a global option sets and local option sets. Okay, this is the option sets. Okay, next we have a two option sets. Okay, it's like a boolean flag, yes or no. Okay, so let's say you want to boolean flag yes or no. So this is a, we have to create a two types two option sets. Okay, next image. Okay, you want to show store some image on a particular field. So this is the we can able to create this field. Okay, next whole number. Okay, so here whole number, it's like a integer. Okay, so here we can see the roll type, the field type is a calculated and roll of fields. Okay, so here the format you can see the duration, time zone and language. Okay, here duration means it will take some time duration, and time zone it will store this time zone, like which time zone it is and all it will store. Okay, and it is a minimum value and maximum value for the whole number. Okay, next we have a floating point number. It is a like a float, we can able to store the float numbers. Okay, here it is a precisions. After that how many precisions you need, we can specify it here. Next decimal number. Okay, here we can have a decimal numbers, this it is which is similar like to float. Okay, and currency. So here MSCRM we have a data type money, so that is a currency data type. For this field it we can able to store the only current money field. Okay, so next multi-line text, it is something like a you want to give the some description or a comments. So this is a multi-line of text. So next date and time. Okay, so date and time it is a, we can able to show the save the date and time fields. Okay, we can able to save the some date field, some date in that field. So here we can see the format, we can able to show only date, and you want to show the date and time also. Okay, so this is a field types we have. Okay, so if we come to the fields, the material, the fields can be the following properties. So single line of text is used for the for all the small text or strings. Option set we will use for the drop downs or combo box. Okay, next two option set we will use for the boolean values. Okay, yes or no. Whole number we use for the numbers. The floating point numbers we will use for the decimals with a floating point, and the decimal numbers we use for the numbers with the decimals, and currency it we use for the amounts, like what is the cost for the product, what is the total estimated revenue. Okay, so for that we will create a fields type is a currency, and multi-line text we use for the large text or strings. Okay, date and time we can use for the something which is for store the data, and they use the date and time. So next is a lookup. It will store the some relationships. Okay, so this lookup type I can explain you when we are going on a working with the relationships. Okay, so next the how we can customize. Okay, for creating a new field. Okay, settings, customizations, customize the system and entity and fields. Click on a new button, it will open the pop-up window as shown below. Okay, so in the pop-up window we can see here this one, you can select the fields here, click on a new, it will open the pop-up window, and this pop-up window it will be similar like here we can see the properties. Okay, display name, it is a label of the field, and field requirement level, it is nothing but it is making the field is a mandatory on the form. It will contain the following options in the button. It is a optional, this is the field is a optional on the form. It is business recommended, this field is recommended on the form. It will show the plus symbol on the form for this field. Business required, this is a field is a mandatory on the form. It will show the star symbol for this field. Okay, and here searchable s. Okay, searchable property, it will contains the values yes or no. Okay, so if you selected yes, this field can be usable in advanced find. If you selected no, this field cannot be visible through advanced find also. Okay, so field level security we can add. Okay, we can enable or disable the field level security. So auditing. Okay, so auditing, we can able to audit, we can able to enable or disable the auditing for this field. Okay, so next data type. Okay, here is the type, we can able to see the all the data types in the form. So next format, it is the format of the field. Next IME mode. So IME mode is something like a input method editor. Okay, so if it is IME mode, if we enable, okay, so you can able to enter the Chinese character or Japanese character on the field. Okay, if you disable that, you can able to enter only English letters. Okay, so by default for every field we have to enable the IME mode, we have to set to auto. Okay, so here we can see the auto, active or deactivate. Okay, so this is a field customizations. So next topic is the views customizations. Okay, basically the views. Okay, views are how we can able to interact with the customers with the data. Okay, so when you look the default view configurations, so these all are the views. Okay, so in the shown screen, these all are the views. Okay, so here we can see this is a views area. Okay, you can able to see the basic data on a particular filtering conditions. Okay, so the views, so these are all are the out of box views for account entity. Okay, So like these all are entity default views. Okay, so here we have a two types of views we have. Okay, so one is system views. Okay, so the first type of the uh, so views are two types. Okay, views are the two types. Okay, so first one is a system views. Okay, second one is the personal views. Okay, so here system views means, okay, so if you go to the customizations, so there we can able to create a views in a entity level. Okay, if you create there, it will be a system views. It can, so these views can be it will automatically enable for all the users in the system. Okay, the personal views means, so if I created a user level views, the personal views is something like a user level views. Okay, so I can these views, the personal views cannot able to see for all the users. Okay, these views can visible for only whoever owner of the that view. Okay, so first one, how we can able to customize the system view. So if you go to this settings and solution and customization and entities, you can able to see the views here. So it will list down the all the views available for the system. Okay, here click on a new. Okay, it will, if you it will ask the name for that view. Like I'm giving the custom accounts. Custom view accounts. Okay, so here we can able to add columns. Okay, so whatever the columns you need, you have to show for that view. So if you select that columns here, it will add it to here. Okay, for this view. And if we see the here view properties, okay, just we can able to edit the name of that view and all. Okay, so here filter criteria. Okay, if you want to define any filter criteria for that view, we can define that. Okay, so like for example, account name is equal to, or these are the conditions, and like it is equal to some x. Okay, so this is a filtering condition I have added. So next here sorting order. Okay, so here we can sorting order. So it is a sorted by account name, or then the first level sorting is a sorted by, and second level sorted is a this one. So in a system views, okay, we can able to give the sort order for a two level only. Okay, the first level and second level sort orders, we can able to give the sort orders in a two levels only. Okay, so next change the properties. Okay, if you want to change the property for the particular field, okay, it is a like a width of the field, width of the column. For example, if I select this one, I want to change the width of this one. If you select this one, the field 150 pixels or something, so it will expand. Okay, so next if you want to remove that column from here, we can remove it. Or you want to move to left side or right side, okay, if we can able to use this one. Okay, so this is a view creation. Okay, so this is a system view creation. Once it is saved and closed, okay, so if you publish the entity, If you go to the here accounts, you can able to see our custom. You need to refresh it. Here we can able to see the custom views. So here there is no record which satisfies the that account name equal to X. Okay, for that is the reason here there is no records for our filtering conditions. So this is a system views. Okay, for creating a personal views we can able to create from here itself. You can see the option here, create a personal view. If you click on this, it will open the advanced find. Okay, here we can select the filtering conditions and all. Okay, so these filtering conditions and all I can able to select. Okay, some next. Okay, so next if you want to add the fields. Okay, so here we edit the columns. Okay, so here we can able, this is a if you want to edit the columns. Okay, we can able to add the more columns to here by it will display here, add the columns for the personal views. Okay, and if you click on a save, it will ask the view name. Okay, so like I'm giving a personal view. Okay, personal custom. So if we save this one, so this our personal view, it is saved. Okay, so this view we can able to see here under the personal my views category. Okay, so this personal custom, this view you cannot able to see for, it won't, sorry, so it is not available for other users because it is available for only whoever the owner of this view. Okay, so this is a views customization. So for setting a default view, okay, so we have to select that view first. So we created a custom system view. Okay, if I select the here and here activate and deactivate. Okay, and here we can see this one set as a default. So if we set as a default, okay, so whenever the user logins, so this view it will be a defaulted. Okay, so for example I am publishing this one. So if I refresh the account entity, so this is a my custom view, it is a now it's the default view. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
so like this we can set as our custom views as a default view. Okay,
Okay. because in my customizations, what I have done in my system